Good morning. My name is Mrs. Brinkley. I am excited to work with you, Jesse. I'm excited to have this opportunity to be your teacher. I graduated from OU in 2015 with my degree in early childhood education, and I've been a teacher for 4 years. So it is great to meet you, and I look forward to my time with you. So that would be how I would introduce myself to the family and to Jesse. Then the data that I was given for Jesse. So I analyzed the data and I saw that he needed some support in the algebra and algebraic reasoning department. And I noticed that he had some strengths in the data and probability and numbers and operations. So I want to give him support on the algebraic reasoning and algebra standards. The standard that I chose to focus most on in my lesson is standard 2.A.1.1. That is to represent, create, describe, complete, and extend growing and shrinking patterns with quantity and numbers in a variety of real world and mathematical contexts. I feel that if he understands that 2.A.1.1, then the other standards such as 2.A.1.2, 3.A.1.1, 3.A.2.1, and 4.A.2.2 will kind of fall into place. Of course, he will need some support on those once we get there, but this base understanding will really give him what he needs. So I'm going to share my lesson plan with you. And here it is. Like I said, the data that I was given was for Jesse. He is a student in 8th grade, and it was the math test that I was given the data on. So standard 2.A.1.1. The objective is to determine the single step rule and extend or find a missing term for number patterns involving addition. Materials needed, I would give him number pattern cards that I create on my own. They would have some fill in the blanks such as the 3 to start with, 3 blanks in the middle, and then 3 at the end, kind of giving him a clue to begin and end that number pattern, and he would just need to find the numbers in the middle. I'd also allow him to use a 100 chart. That would give him a chance to reference that if he gets stuck on a number pattern or needs some extra assistance. I found a great video on Khan Academy about finding patterns in numbers. It's just a short 3.5-minute video. It introduces kind of the concept. So during the instructional sequence at the beginning, I would need about 5 minutes. I would introduce the lesson by asking Jesse to continue the number patterns such as 2, 4, 6, 8, 5, 10, 15, 20, 3, 6, 9, 12. Those are kind of kindergarten, first grade level skills, patterns that he should be able to extend pretty easily. Then I would, after each number pattern, ask Jesse to describe the number pattern and how he knew how to continue each one. That gives me an understanding of what his base knowledge is. And since we're working towards those second grade skills, I want to start him with those kindergarten, first grade skills. Then the main chunk of the lesson would be about 10 minutes long. I would have Jesse watch the Khan Academy video that I linked up above to further explain number patterns and how to recognize and extend them. Then I would give Jesse the number pattern cards, ask him to fill in the blanks with assistance from me if needed. I would really prefer for him to do them on his own. They would start a little more simple and then get increasingly more difficult as we went on, because I want to push him to that zone of proximal development. I want to get him to that next step without really pushing too hard, but just a little push to that next step. The 100 chart he can use as a reference if needed. That will give him a chance to count the numbers in between, look for patterns, stuff like that. Then at the end, about 5 minutes it would take Jesse to create at least 3 of his own number patterns and describe the pattern to me, the teacher, when he was finished. This would also be my assessment. It would help me know if he really got it or if we need to go back and review again. If he can create 3 on his own, then that gives me a pretty good understanding. It lets me know that, yes, he's got it, and if he can do 3 now, he can do a couple more later, and then we can continue to build on that to get the next set of standards. I will also take anecdotal notes throughout the lesson and make adjustments as needed to improve understanding for Jesse. So that is it. Thank you.